Mr. Irontrader, and this is Midday Trading. So we're going to take a look here at Bitcoin, at crude oil, at natural gas. But first of all, I'll take a look here at NVDA and at Apple. This video is for information for solely, not a recommendation to buy or sell a stock commodity ETF. Please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. All right, here we have NVIDIA. Now, the chip sector has been running really good here since they're going to put this package together, $500 billion to build out an AI system here in the United States. Now, it's coming off a little bit here today, same way a lot of this AI stuff. For the simple reason is, I guess, Elon Musk, I don't think he was included in this, and he's kind of raising questions on how they're going to raise the money, and do they have the money for the $500 billion and all this kind of stuff. So that's why it's coming off today, but I wouldn't really worry about it too much. I think it's going to go forward very, very nicely. Okay, so what we have here is NVIDIA. Now, you can see here yesterday we made this low of 143.67. And then today we made that low of 143.72. Okay, so you got a nice double bottom situation. So you want to watch, let's take a look at the downside here first. You want to watch at 143.67. There's your gap. And then look to the top of this candle here, 141.83. There's your fill, your gap, your fill. And then we come right into the 050 SMA here at 139.61. And you got your 21-day at 138.93. And then we have the 138.24. We have your 8 simple moving average. Now you can see how nicely this is all curving up here nicely. We can cross over that 50. We can push this price up higher. Now let's take a look here at the upside, okay? What we have here, we want to look at today's high, 146.29. Then we want to look at the top of this candle here, 147.79 level, okay? Now, if we get above that, you always want to look to the left of the chart here, okay? So then you're looking at 149.77 level. And then what we'll do is we can come all the way up here to this candle here. This here was 152.89, and this candle here was 152.16, okay? So these two candles are going to be very, very important here because we had that big-ass red candle down. This was kind of like a double top and a little bit kind of a situation. But if we can break through all of this situation, then you're looking at that 153.13. That's going to be, and then you can just run right up to 160, I think, very, very easily. And then 167. I think eventually you're going to run all the way up to 200, but not today, okay? So really what you want to do is just watch yesterday's high and that low. That's going to be key. 147.79 on the high, and then 143.67 on the low. We lose that, you're going to go to the gap fill, and then we're going to come right down to that 50 SMA here at 139.60. Now, we can break above that key level there, that 147.79 here. Then you definitely want to look over here, okay? That 149.77, and then we look to this double top situation here at 152.89, and the possible retest of 153.13. Now you can see here you're sitting at 57. You got room to run both directions, and right here your green is over your red, looking very, very nicely. So have just a little patience with us. I'm long this stock, and I also trade this stock. I think it's going to be the future. Now Apple was a really good trade. Now I hope you got into it yesterday. I just said right here we had this low here. The previous day here of 219.38, and then yesterday we made that low of 219.79. So 220 was a target for me. Okay, just a nice, good, even round number. And then she gapped up really nicely today. Now we got ourselves a little topping tail going on here, but we got as high as 127.03. So let's look at the downside here first. You want to watch today's low, that's at 224.26, and then we're going to have that retest right there at that 219.38 level here. But this was a really, really nice trade. Now, I am long the stock, okay, and I'm also trading the stock at the same time. I know it sounds a little crazy, but I always take a long position going into the earnings. Now, remember, their earnings are going to come out on the 30th. I said 29th earlier. I was wrong. 30th. Microsoft is going to be on the 29th. Meta's on the 29th. Tesla's on the 29th, and then Amazon is on the 6th of February. Okay, so now this can keep right on ripping here. Today we had this nice high of 227.03. Then what you want to do is you want to look to the bottom of this candle right here, 228.48. There's your gap, there's your fill, and then we have this 8 SMA sitting right there at 229.37. Okay, so that's what your target zone is here on the upside. We can get above that, then we're going to have that 233.06. There's your Hondo, and then we have your 50-day sitting at 239, and then obviously 241. Now, as far as the earnings go, you know, a lot of times they're saying, oh, they're not going to have good numbers. I'm missing on the iPhone. But somehow they always manage to pull it off, okay? Okay, so as we're sitting right here, now the candle turned green. Okay, so have a little patience with this here. Just because we have a topping tail right here, right now, that doesn't mean that's how it's going to end. Okay, RSI here, well, you can see here, oh, way oversold conditions, bottoming right on out here. The same with the MACD. You're sitting there, green is still below your red, but you're right at the bottom here of the scenario, okay? So that's what you got to look at. It's better than being on the top here and then trying to go forward, like we have here, because there isn't that much room when you start seeing RSI here in your MACD. But when you see it at the bottom here, this got plenty of room to run. All I got to do is just crack them numbers just a little bit, and this could run up much higher. Okay. Let's take a look here now at Bitcoin. Okay, here we have Bitcoin. She's been all over the old map there today, very nicely. IBIT, it got as low as 58.16, high as 60.82. So she's just, what a great trader, that IBIT is, okay, for an ETF. Plus, I like it because BlackRock owns it. They got 50 billion worth of assets. So this is all looking very good here for the old crypto. Now, this came on down here. This is why you want to trade the charts here. See, came right down here. Look at this. Look at how nicely it's holding that 8 simple moving average. Okay, so very nice. And now we're right back in the thick of it here again. So let's take a look at the upside. Well, we obviously want to look to yesterday's high, looking at 106.615. We look at today's high. Okay, you're looking at 107.10, which is really a little bit higher than what we got there. And let's see what we got here. Yeah, pretty much right there, okay? So this is the next level that you're going to be looking at is 108.475. And then this is going to be the key one right here, 108.960. You need to close above. That's the key. We look at this 11,000 here, but this is what you're looking at right here, 108.960, because that was a double top situation. Now, we close above this, that double top is negated, and she goes higher. 115, 117 area very easily. But right now, we just have that nice sideways action. Very tradable, very tradable, okay? So on the downside here, watch yesterday's low. That's going to be key. That's 103.465. And then watch that 8-day. That's very critical on a closing basis. That's the key. 101.824. That's lost here. You got that nice 21-day, 98.509. And then we have this 50 SMA here at 97.139, okay? So right now here, this is looking very good. See, had this nice W pattern. So all we do is got a sideways action, which happens a lot of times, just like we had here before we formed the W pattern. And once she starts breaking out, just watch that candle right there. That's going to be very key, that 108.960. And then the breakout is 11,150, and then she rips higher. Okay, now your green is over your red, looking very nice here. You're still only sitting at 61. You got plenty of room to move up here, just like we had here. So just be a little patient in it. But right now, this is a trade, okay? Watch that 8-day on the bottom. Watch this here, this candle on the top here. You break above that, you got that. You lose that 8 SMA, you got the 21-day, and you got the 50-day. Okay, let's take a look here at crude oil and Natgas. Okay, here we have crude oil. Now, I can see we put the top in there at 80.77. Now, I've been watching my videos here. I said you're trading between this 200-day and that 8-day. You crack above the 8-day, then we follow candles up. You crack below that 200-day, then we follow it all the way down here till we get down to this 21 simple moving average. Now, you can see here we're right below this 200-day. So, again, we got to see if that where it closes, okay? That's going to be the key where it closes. But, when you look at this MACD, this was like the first tell. See where that green crosses that red? That's momentum there to the downside, okay? RSI has fallen off here, but that doesn't really show any, everything is not really curled all the way on down. But this is here when you have that crossover. Now, we got to see if it can close back up above this 200-day. We'll see. So let's look at the upside first. 75.15. That's going to be your very key level that you need. And then we can look at today's high. You're looking at 76 flat. Then we'll look at the top of this candle here. You're looking at 76.45. We'll come to the bottom of this candle here at 76.93, and then this is what you're looking for is that 77.34. That is your 8-day, okay? So now we're losing that 200-day as of right now. We got to see how she closes, but your next target is going to be right there, 74.09. Now, if that is lost there, then we're going to come right down to this area right here, 73.20 level there, okay? Then we'll come down here to your 72.70 level. We'll come up here to the top of this candle at 72.02. We'll come over here, 71.79, and then we're going to be looking right there at that 71.19. That's the 50-day. However, you got to lose that 21-day before we can get down there. But right now, she's not looking too good. You got a series of lower highs and lower lows. This is not good, okay? Not good as far as bull goes, okay? Now, again, that being said, on the short side, yeah, she's working really nice, okay? So, a little short ski going on here, maybe down to that 21-day, and then we got to see what the reaction is if it gets there. But again, watch that 200-day. That's going to be very key on a closing basis. Now, Natgas came out there today. They had their EIA report. Not really that good, okay? I'll have it all posted for you. They're expecting 244 draw, came in at 233 for a draw, so that wasn't really too good here on the old Natty Gas, considering this cold ass weather. What are you waiting for, Natty? Okay, so what we're looking for here, I said, just trade this 21 day to that 8 day, okay, and that's what we're doing. You went above it a little bit, but you noticed you couldn't hold it, so now she's coming right on down nicely. Okay, so this is the key on the bottom right here, is going to be this 3.79 level. That's going to be very, very crucial. If that's lost here, then we'll come right here to the bottom of this candle here at that 3.71 level. And then if that's lost here, what we do is we just look right over here to the left of the chart. Okay, 3.64, 3.57. We have 3.54. You got 3.5 flat, and then we'll come right down here to this 3.42 level because we had almost like a double bottom there, and then we have your 50-day below that. But you got to lose that 21-day in order to get there. So let's just see what happens. If it comes down to this 21-day, what is it going to do? It'll be the same as it did. But look at the sheet. You got to give that 21-day the benefit of the doubt because look how many times that it came right off it and came right back up again. Okay. Now, upside, 8 days, everything. 3.98, and then we can do is come up to this 401 level. This is going to be very, very crucial. Now we got just a smidge higher than that there today at 404, but this is what we're looking at, 401. And then your next level up there is that 40, roughly 405, and then 414, 430 area, and then 436. But right now we're still trading between that 8 day and that 21 day. This is your trade until she breaks above it and goes higher, or breaks below it and comes down lower. This already broke the 200-day. Okay, we're trading this here. So when that comes down, this is what we're going to be looking for next is this 74 level, unless we can close back above this 200-day. Then we can see where it all shakes out. But right now, it just looks lower. I don't like this pattern at all. I don't like this MACD. It just looks lower. Okay, that's all I got for you. I'll be back here after the open close. We'll take a look at Bitcoin, crude oil, Natty Gas. Then we throw something else in the mix. Now, just remember here, your Amazon, that should be another good one to get into. Going into earnings, Apple's a good one to get into. Meta's a good one to get into before earnings here. Microsoft is a good one. So there's a lot of good trades here coming up here where you want to buy now and then sell into the earnings. Trade what's in front of you, not what you want.